Hey YouTubers, this is Charlie. Happy Game of Thrones Day. We're almost there, just a little bit more. So this is going to be my last bonus video before my episode 1 review tonight. So I think we're all about to explode from excitement. So what I'm going to do is my top 10 moments from season 3, just as one final look back. And then after that, I'm going to explain the contest, the giveaway rules again, as well as my Game of Thrones video schedule. So let's not waste any time and just get right into it. Careful for spoilers from season 3 if you're not caught up yet. But number 10, Jon Snow becomes a man. A seminal time in the life of any teenager. This wasn't so much a Jon Snow losing his virginity moment as it was a Ygritte taking his virginity moment. You get the sense that she was the real brains of that operation, and Jon Snow was just happy to oblige. It's a nice reversal of gender roles. For instance, had everything played out in King's Landing and Ygritte been a member of the court, it probably would have been told from a much more male perspective. Even though Cersei does wield a lot of sexual authority over men, she's much older right now. I don't remember it being spelled out explicitly in the books, but I think it's implied that when she was Jon Snow and Ygritte's age, Jaime was her only sexual partner, at least before she was married to Robert Baratheon. As much fun as it was to watch that scene in the cave, it was even more fun listening to Kit Harington and Rose Leslie talk about how awful and awkward it was on set that day. I think Kit Harington actually had a cast on his leg when they filmed that scene. He had broken his leg, so imagine him, just like limping into the hot spring. Number 9, Brienne versus the bear. This was kind of a meta moment because, first off, you have badass Brienne holding her own against a freaking bear with a wooden sword. Just so awesome. Then you have Jaime's change of heart and rescue. In reality, it wasn't really his fighting skills that saved him. He would have been shredded in seconds. It was just the threat of what Tywin Lannister would do if he were hurt. At least more than he already had been. I love how the whole event just invoked this classic sense of chivalry that Brienne believed in so much. Or believes in so much. Most of the time, she's the one being chivalrous though. But it was such a huge moment for both of them, Brienne not dying, and Jaime, finally doing something selfless for a change. Number 8, the Night's Watch Rebellion. Dirty old Craster and the old bear never saw it coming. First we have to acknowledge that it was Burn Gorman of Torchwood authoring that debacle. That was just a nice meta Doctor Who fandom moment. But then you have the oh shit realization that with Jorah Mormont dead and the Night's Watch in open revolt, who the hell is going to get everyone ready for the Wildling attack? I'm not even talking about the army itself. They don't even have a chance against that small raiding party that Jon Snow was a part of. I think we all shared a moment of triumph whenever old Craster bit it, which quickly turned to the horror on Samwell's face as he ran off with Gilly into the distance. Number 7, Thoros of Myr brings back Beric Dondarrion. Flaming swords aside, this was totally a huge deal because it established that the dead can be made whole again. Not just reanimated whites like the White Walkers do, but brought back to their normal state. Beric Dondarrion did say that there were some side effects like pieces of you that would get left behind each time you came back, like pieces of your soul got left behind. Melisandre was pretty amazed when she found out how many times Beric had been brought back, so it does seem like each priest or priestess of the Red God expresses their powers in different ways, but I think she'll be able to do it too before Winds of Winter or Dream of Spring is over. So the big takeaway from all this is that if you're worried about a certain character or you think they're gonna die, as long as they're in proximity to a follower of the Red God, there's a chance that they could come back. So just remember that. Number 6, Jon Snow climbs the wall. This was one of the biggest action set pieces of the season and involved a lot of, really cool CGI integration. I remember reading about the sheer size of the wall in the books, but until the show came along, you really just had to imagine what it looked like in your head. I think they did a really great job of interpreting of just how massive it is. In the books, George R.R. Martin made it about 700 feet tall, and I feel like it became a whole character in and of itself. Like the wall itself is a character in the story. All I can think about now though is 1, when are we going to get to see or read about it being built? And 2, will we ever see someone blow the true horn of winter and bring it crashing down? It's still a legend, it's unconfirmed that actually blowing the real horn of winter will destroy the wall, but let me know if you think that's going to happen in the future. Number 5, Ramsay Snow tortures Theon all season long. The final act of all this torture was clearly the worst, but there's no promise that after that, the torture won't continue into the early part of season 4. So as far as we know, he's still being tortured right now. As bad as Theon was before season 3, I feel like he's endured enough. Everything about that character he is right now just makes you feel sorry for him. Sorry for the circumstances that made him feel like he had to betray his adopted family, and sorry for what Ramsay Snow has been doing to him. There is the promise though that he will make it out of that torture dungeon because we did see clips from him in the trailer with him riding around on a horse and he wasn't running from Ramsay. Number 4, Samwell kills a White Walker. One of his only wins of the season, but one of the biggest. I remember the first time I saw this, I had to rewind and watch it again because I couldn't tell if he dropped that obsidian dagger before he ran off with Gilly. Samwell, for all of his faults, is one of the first new people in the story to figure out that one of the big White Walker's weaknesses is obsidian, or dragonglass, whatever you want to call it. I'm really hoping that he's able to educate other people in the Night's Watch, even a few people, before the White Walkers come, because there was that really ominous shot from the trailer. We don't know if there's going to be a major White Walker attack though in Season 4. Number 3, Jaime gets his hand chopped off. This had to be one of the defining moments for the first part of the season. The death of Ned Stark kind of already told us that no one was safe, but getting his hand chopped off let you know that George R.R. Martin and the show were not afraid to permanently maim their lead characters. It's such an oh shit moment just because of the spectacle and because they just slammed to black right as Jaime started screaming. But it made me wonder, what the hell was going to happen to that character? It's not like they have hospitals, and in the books, the Brave Companions basically just treat Brienne and Jaime like trash until they get back to Roose Bolton. Number 2, Daenerys becomes the breaker of chains. I'm mostly referring to Astapor and Dany taking the Unsullied and exacting some revenge against Kraznys. It was one of those big moments that HBO spoiled in all their teaser clips, so we all kind of knew about it ahead of time. But that moment she activated Drogon, so to speak, using High Valyrian was just so amazing and such a huge win. It ended up blooming into this amazing CG sequence of her just burning everything in sight and marching away with this massive army. It was such a huge triumph for her character, given that in Westeros there's still all that civil war going on. And my number 1 moment, no one surprised here, totally Red Wedding all the way. I don't think there's any Season 3 WTF list that does not list this as the number 1 moment. It was the most talked about moment on television last year, and most people don't even get HBO or even watch the show. Before the Red Wedding, George R.R. Martin in the show already had, memes for slaughtering main characters wholesale, but the Red Wedding became this meta-cultural event all over the world. First, there were all the reaction videos, like Maisie Williams, Queen of Vines, totally amazing. And then there were all the parodies. You can really gauge the popularity of something by how much it gets parodied, and just in terms of television, this was the most parodied event last year. I think my favorite was probably Maisie Williams. Her reaction was only 6 seconds long, but it perfectly summed up the spirit of every single other parody that followed. But now it's your turn. Let me know, what was your favorite moment from Season 3, and what moment are you looking forward to most in Season 4? I know everyone's thinking Purple Wedding, which is kind of funny because all the book readers are just kind of grumbling because George R.R. Martin never called it the Purple Wedding in the books. But it's just an example of how pop culture can take something and change it in the larger context. So now here's the details on the giveaway with the rules. It's super simple. Just as a way to say thank you to all you guys, I'm picking one random subscriber from the comments on each of my episode reviews. All you have to do to participate is be a subscriber and leave a comment on my episode 1 review, episode 2, and so on. Winners will be announced Monday nights during my Q&A videos. So here's the rules. You can only win a giveaway once, so if you've already won something from me in the past, you can't win again. You also have to be nice, so this is just meant to be a fun way for us to talk about a show we really love. So if I feel like you're being too mean or you're trolling, I'll just delete your comment, or at worst I'll ban you from the channel. So please be nice. It's so much more fun when people are nice. So tonight I'll be posting my episode 1 review about 3 hours or so after it airs. You can follow me on Twitter or Facebook for updates on when videos are coming. Sometimes it takes a bit longer if there's problems. I usually try to post updates just so you guys know when stuff is happening. So while we're all holding our breath waiting for episode 1, you can click here to learn about my top 10 characters, and you can click here to watch all my other season 4 videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.